Common indices to lecture number 37 is varnish. Table of contents. The table of contents of this lecture are: what is varnish, why varnishing is done, process of varnishing, characteristics of a good varnish, ingredients of varnish. So in this lecture you will learn about the varnish, why varnishing is done, what is the process of varnishing, and what are the characteristics of a good varnish. Which type of ingredients are used in varnish? Varnish. What is varnish? Varnish is a solution of resin or resinous substances such as common resin, amber, copal, shellac, etc. in alcohol, turpentine or oil. So basically, the varnish is the solution of resin or the materials which are resinous. You can take an example of varnish as common resin, amber, shellac and copal, etc. So what is amber? Amber is the fossilized tree resin which has been appreciated for its color and natural beauty. So amber is used in variety of jewelries. It is used as a decorative object. So amber is used in large number of decorative objects. Shellac is also a type of a resin, and copal is a name that is given to a tree resin. Copal is used particularly for the aromatic resins which are obtained from the copal tree. Copals are completely natural. They are used to purify large number of species, places and objects. They are clean, light and woody scent. So basically varnish is composed of the resin or resinous substances, and these resinous substances include resin, amber, copal and shellac type materials. It enhances and gives warmth to the grain of the wood and is resistant to impact, heat, abrasion, water and alcohol. So what are the uses of varnish? Why we use varnishes? The varnishes are used because they enhance the warmth of the grain of the wood. They are used to give the resistance, heat, abrasion and alcohol resistance to the wood. They can also be used as a top coat. They are used as a top coat on various bone finishes. It can be used as a top coat over bone finishes. Why varnishing is done? Why we use the varnishes? Varnishing is used to intensify or brighten the appearance of natural grains in the wood. So basically, varnishing is used to brighten the surface. They are used to intensify or brighten the surface. In this slide, you can see a diagram on the right hand side, varnishing is done on this surface and the surface looks brighter after the varnishes. So the varnishing is used to brighten the appearance of natural grains in the wood. So surface looks brighter when varnishing is done on the surface to render brilliancy to the painted surface. When the painting or the paint is done on the surface, the varnishing is used to enhance the brightness of the surface. So basically, it brightens the painted surface to protect painted surface from atmospheric action. Another role of varnishing is that it is used to protect the painted surface from different environmental conditions. To protect unpainted wooden surfaces of doors, windows, roof trusses, floors, etc. from atmospheric action. Varnishing is also used to protect the unpainted surface. It is used to protect the wooden surfaces of the doors, windows, roof trusses, floors from different environmental conditions. Process of varnishing. So which processes are involved in varnishing? There are 4 different steps which are involved in the process of varnishing. The first process which is involved in varnishing is surface preparation. The second process is knotting. The third process is topping, and the last step is coat of varnish. So in the first step, surface preparation, the wood surface is made smooth by rubbing it using sandpaper or pumice stone. So in the first step of varnishing, first the surface is prepared. How we can prepare the surface? The wood surface is made smooth in the first step, and it is made smooth by rubbing it using the sandpaper or pumice stone. When we use the sandpaper or pumice stone and rub it on the wooden surface, the surface would be smooth after the rubbing of sandpaper on it. The second process which is involved in the varnishing is knotting. In this process, covering or killing off all knots in the wood work with the substance through which the resin cannot come out or extrude, since the resin coming out the knots would damage the paint. So in this process, the covering would be done. So in knotting, we kill all the knots which are present in the woodworks. We can kill all the knots using the resin. So the resin should not come out from the surface or from the knots, because If the resin come out from the surface, it would damage the paint. So, in the second process, we note or cover all the surfaces. Third process in varnishing is stopping. How we can do this step? It is done by mean of hot weak glue size so that pores on the surface are filled up. So in this process, we fill the pores which are present on the surface. How we can fill the pores? There is a procedure we have to do to fill out the pores. Number 1, boiled linseed oil. That can be applied in 2 coats. So first, in this process, firstly we boil the linseed oil, and after boiling the linseed oil, it could be applied in 2 coats. The dry surface should then be rubbed. So after applying the 2 coats of linseed oil, the surface would be dry, and after drying of the surface, we can rub the surface. The fourth process of the varnishing is coating. So the fourth process is coat of varnish. This is the final step. In this step, on the clean surface, 2 or more coats of varnish is applied. The next coat is applied when the previous coat has dried up thoroughly. So in this process, the varnishing is done. How varnishing is done? We clean the surface and then we apply a coat of varnish on the surface. When the first coat of varnish is dried, we apply the next coat. So this is the whole process of varnishing. Characteristics of a good varnish. So what are the characteristics of good varnish? There are following characteristics of a good varnish. It should dry rapidly. It should form a hard film on drying. It should not crack. On drying, it should have sufficient elasticity. So, a good varnish should have the ability that it dry rapidly. So, it should be dry as fast as possible, and it form a hard film on drying. So when the surface is dried, a hard film appears on the surface on drying. So when we coat the surface with varnish, a hard film should be formed on drying. The varnish would be good if it does not have cracks on drying. It has sufficient elasticity, so it does not form a crack on the surface on drying. It should be durable and weather resistant. So a good varnish should have a ability that it must be durable and it protects the surface from different environmental conditions. The varnishing should be long lasting and durable and environmental conditions does not harm the varnishing surfaces. It should give uniform and pleasing appearance. So a good varnish should have an ability that it gives a uniform, smooth or pleasing appearance. It should not hide the natural grains of the inner surface of timber. A best varnishing should have a quality that it should not hide the natural grains which are present on the inner surface of the timber. So, it forms a coat on the surface and a hard film on the surface, but it does not hide the natural grains of the inner surface of the timber. The color of the varnish should not fade away with time. So, the good varnish should have an ability that it does not fade away the color with the passage of time. Properties. So, what are the properties of varnish? There are following properties of varnishing. It should be transparent. So, a good varnish is transparent. So, varnishing are mostly transparent. Hard. It forms a hard film on the surface. Protective finish. So, a varnish gives the protective finish to the surface. It protects the surface from different environmental conditions. It is combination of drying iron, eraser and a thinner or solvent. So how varnish is formed? It is formed due to the combination of drying iron, eraser, a thinner or a solvent. So when we combine the drying iron, resin and a solvent, the varnish is formed. Glossy but may be designed to produce satin or semi-gloss sheen by the addition of flattening agents. So there are some flattening agents which are added in the varnish. So what are flattening agents? A flattening agent is a material that is added to the coating as a paint or as a varnish to cause it to set with a matte surface. So basically, flattening agents are added to the coatings such as paints or the varnish. Their purpose is to set the paint with the matte surface. The varnishing gives us the glossy and shining surfaces. So when we add the flattening agents to the varnishes, they gives us the glossy or the shiny surfaces. Ingredients of varnish. So what are the ingredients of varnish? The varnishes are formed from different ingredients. The ingredients of varnishing are dryers, resins or resinous substances, solvents. So varnishes are formed from the combination of dryers, resinous materials or the resins and solvents. So when we combine all these ingredients, the varnishes are formed. Dryers. So what are dryers and what is the role? Dryers accelerate the process of drying of a varnish. Common dryers used in varnishes are litharge, white copper and lead acetate. So the role of the dryer is to enhance the process of drying. They are used to accelerate the process of drying of a varnish. So by using the dryers, the process of drying would be accelerated. There are some dryers which are used in the varnishes. These dryers are, for example, litharge, white copper and lead acetate. So there are some examples of the common dryers which are used in the varnishes, which are white copper, lead acetate and litharge. Alkyl type of dryer. So what are alkyl type of dryers and what is their use? Typically, modern commercially produced varnishes imply some form of alkyl for producing a protective film. So nowadays, some varnishes are commercially produced which imply the alkyl form of dryers. These alkyls are used to form a protective film on the surface. Alkyls are chemically modified vegetable oils which operates well in a wide range of conditions and can be engineered to speed up the cure rate and thus harden faster. So why we use the alkyl type of dryers? What is their role? So basically the alkyls are chemically modified vegetable oils. Why they are used in varnishes? Because they operate well in wide number of conditions. They have an ability that they operate well in different conditions. These type of dryers are engineered in such a way that they enhance the speed or cure rate, and they are also used to harden the surface fastly. So that's why the alkyl type of dryers are preferred. Resin or resinous substances. So what are resin or resinous substances? What are the types and why we use them? What are the uses? The quality of resin depends largely on the type of resin used. The quality of resin depends upon the resin type. So, there are various types of resins and they differ in their characteristics. So, their quality depends upon which type of a resin we are using. Various types of resins in use are copper resin, shellac, amber, mastic, gum primer. So, there are various types of resins which we are using. The common types of resins which we use are shellac, amber, mastic, copper and gum dimer. Copper is a hard and lustrous resin obtained from ground where pine trees existed in the past. So, how we can obtain the copper? Copper are hard and they appear shiny or they have lustrous surface. Coppers are obtained from the ground where the pine trees were located. We can obtain the coppers from the ground where the pine trees were existed in the past. Resin is obtained from pine trees. Resins are obtained from the pine trees. Shellac is obtained by exudation of some insects which grow on some types of trees in India. So, how we can obtain the shellac? Shellac is a type of a resin and this is obtained from the exudation of some insects which grows on some types of trees. Solvents, solvent types and the types of resins. Type of solvent is boiled linseed oil and the type of resin is amber and copper. Methylated spirit of wine. This is a type of a solvent and the type of a resin is shellac. The type of a solvent is terpenite and the type of a resin is mastic gum primer. The type of a solvent is wood naphtha and the type of a resin is raw copper and other cheap varieties of resin. Assignments.